Hey, 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 my beautiful people. I'm a little late today. I'm a lot late today because I was trying to get on here by 12:30, and I am just jumping on right now because I said that I would. So here I am. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. Um, I've been doing this relationship coaching thing unofficially for 15 years and officially for about 12, I think, for about 12 officially. I am so excited about the way that my life is going that I just want to share with other people, right? With you all, right? So I am trying, hold on, I'm trying to see if I can share this. Yes, I want to share this in my group. Hold on. Yes, I am trying to share in my group. Yes, 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 yes. So let me take these out of my ears because I can hear myself and I'm going to shut my phone off because I always forget to put my phone on do not disturb. There I go. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so before I get started, I wanted to tell y'all that I am literally having a workshop on Saturday, May the 10th from 12 to 4 at the Plattowich Park Catering Hall and Restaurant, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Yesterday, I posted the flyer with the price on it, and I got about 5 more seats that I need to fill. So I really want you guys to purchase your tickets and come and be a part of this amazing experience. We are going to be working on our healing. We're going to be working on becoming a better version of ourselves. And I am so excited about this. This is the month of May. And May is all about manifesting the life that you want, the life that you want to have, right? And so because I am in this space, and I want my life to change, and I've always wanted my life to be better than it was, I am excited about what's about to come to pass because I already feel the energy. There has been a shift in my own personal life, right? I promise y'all that the day that I made the decision that I was going to live differently, that I wasn't going to take any more nonsense, the day that I made the decision that I wanted my life to look a certain way and be a certain way, that's the day that things begin to shift and change for me. And it wasn't an easy process. It was a lot of me acknowledging where I was, what I needed, and what I wanted for my own personal life. It was not easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it is worth it. It is definitely worth it, right? So I wanted to get on here today and I wanted to talk about manifesting a new love experience, right? I know that if your heart is healing and you're working on yourself, I know that you must know that there's something greater than the experience that you've previously had. You're looking for a real kind of love for your life. So if that's the case, then this live is definitely for you. You don't have to repeat the same love story over and over again in a different phase. You can rewrite your whole story, right? Starting with yourself. Today, again, I want to talk about manifesting a new love experience because I understand that if you can't see it, you can't have it. And before you can meet anyone else, trust me when I tell you, you have to be in alignment with you. So, because it's May, that's going to be my theme for the whole month. It's going to be manifestation, right? So, manifesting what you want requires you to identify what it is that you want. It's not a wish list. It definitely is not a wish list. It's a matter of asking yourself, are you becoming the person who can receive the love that you want? That's the first thing. Because here's the thing, you don't attract hope, you attract from belief. One of the key things that I realized in my own life that I really truly needed to do was I needed to change my energy. I needed to shift who I was. I needed to become a different person. Now, everything about me, of course, is not changed. I am who I am. But I do realize that if I am going to attract something amazing and wonderful into my life, that I had to change my mindset, right? So I changed my mindset, and then after the mindset shift, my energy began to shift, right? In alignment with my expectations. So here it is. If you want someone to be consistent, become consistent within yourself. You have to honor yourself. You have to do the things that you need to do for you first, and then you'll have the ability to pour into others. There is nothing crazier than having a life that is in chaos and confusement, and everything around you seems to be breaking down. Part of the reason why that is because there's no clarity about what it is that you truly want. So as I grow, as I become, as I get better, I attract better because my mindset has shifted and changed. Hello, hello. I see you watching. Say hello, say hello. I don't know who that is, but say hello, say hello. Right? It is vitally important that if we are going to get to the new love that we desire, that we operate from in a different way. Right? We can't continue to think that we're going to get the same things. I mean, have a better life if we continue to do the same things that we've always done. Right? So we have to do better. We have to have a great desire to do better. My mother used to tell me all the time, God bless her soul. She used to say, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you'll change some things. And I don't think that thing hit me until I got into like my late 30s, the seriousness or what she was really trying to tell me, right? If you continue to do the same things over and over again and continue to get the same results, you're not going to see anything, great be manifested in your life. But because this is the month of May, not only are we manifesting, but we're also working on our healing so we can get to the manifestation, right? So because that's like so important. That's really important. So one of the things that I know that you can do is clear the clutter in your mind. Old wounds in us take up a lot of space. It takes up the space that you need to give to your new love. So if I keep rehearsing the pain of my own old wounds, I'll keep feeling that energy. I'll keep sitting in that energy and in that space, and I will never matriculate. So I have to put the old wounds away. I have to deal with them, heal those areas that I can heal. And then I have to be conscious and intentional about how I'm moving into my future. It doesn't mean that there's still always some residue from our past on us. But the reality of the situation is, if you keep processing those old wounds, if you keep going around that circle over and over and over again, you're going to consistently keep getting the same results. Consistently. So some of the things that I did to clear away the clutter was I began to journal. I practiced forgiveness. I went to therapy. And I started to release the resentment, the fear, and the shame attached to what I had gone through, right? Another point that I want to make to you is that make emotional room for who and what you want. You have to have the space to hold it. There is nothing worse than meeting someone, falling in love with them, wanting to be with them, and then finding out that you don't have the capacity to hold that you don't have the capacity to lean in, that you don't have the capacity to be in a great relationship because you haven't worked on yourself. Now, what ends up inadvertently happening is you end up hurting the person that you were trying to love. Why is that? Because you need to heal, right? The other thing I want to talk about is alignment. You have to really shift your energy and align with love. You have to shift your energy, right? You have to embody love now. You don't wait to get a partner to feel chosen, safe, and adored. You literally have to feel that way within yourself before you get to the partner. So an example of that is this: speak kindly to yourself. Practice even receiving compliments. Set boundaries without feeling guilty. It's the way you love you that is the blueprint for how others will love you. You have to visualize your ideal relationship, not just your ideal person. Because some people get into the stats. They like, oh, I want to be at least minimum 6 feet. I like brown skinned men. I like men with this and men with that. Like, no, don't visualize the person more than you visualize the relationship that you want to have. Like, what does that look like? I ask people this in my class all the time. Like, what does your relationship look like to you? Like, you're in relationship. Are you happy? Are you going to the beach? Are you driving down the highway? Are you at home cooking together? Are you laughing together? Visualize the type of relationship you want to have. I know me, I got jokes all day. I like to have fun. Everybody don't know that, but because every time somebody see me, they see me being more serious, but I am hilariously funny. And I love that about myself. So when I visualize my relationship, and I do these visualization exercises with the people that are in my class, one of the things I do is I take them on a journey in their own mind's eye. I help them to begin to see what their relationship can look like. Not the person more than the relationship. Because if you're going to have a great relationship, once again, you have to visualize it. You have to be able to see it. It doesn't just happen like that, right? What does it feel like to be in a great relationship? Do you feel loved, safe, desired, peaceful? Like, what are some of the attributes that you feel inside of that relationship? Visualize what you want your shared moments to look like. Not just the physical traits, but also, or the status, right? But what does it look like? Are you in a good mental and emotional safe space? Do they make you feel safe? Do they have a heart that chases after God? Do they sit with the word of God? Are they praying for you? Right? Because all of this is really something that you have to visualize for yourself. Nobody else can visualize it for you. And so the thing that I want you to understand is that faith and works have to be in alignment for this to work. You can pray, visualize, and affirm, but you still need to choose better, speak up, and walk away when needed, right? You can't manifest love while chasing crumbs or entertaining confusion. And that's the truth. I'll tell you, I'm being honest. I've done that before. I've chased love. And what I thought was love, anyway, let me say that. I've chased love, especially in my youth. I tried to make people love me who did not love me, or give me some sort of what I felt at the time was love, right? I did that. And I had to understand that that wasn't working for me. And this is years before I started coaching and doing my reading and doing my research, and years before I went to school to become a coach. I went into my classes. It is vitally important, hear me when I tell you, to not chase anything. Because you can't, if a man wants you, and I'm talking to my sisters in this particular instance, if a man wants you, you do not have to contort yourself. You do not. I promise you, you don't. I see you watching. Say hello, say hello. You do not have to contort yourself. A lot of people feel like, well, I need to be quiet. I don't need to say, I want to keep the peace. I want to see where this is going. It's not going to go anywhere anyway, if you're not being honest. Because at some point, you're going to get tired of being quiet and feeling disrespected and things like that. And you're trying to stay quiet to just keep the peace. It don't work like that. And so we be chasing fragments and pieces. And that's not what we're here for, sis. And I'm just talking to my sisters for that particular instance, but all of this has to do with everybody. If you want something healthy, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. God won't send new love until you stop babysitting what broke you. I need you to hear me on that. Because a lot of people be having these crazy, really crazy relationships and expecting something wonderful to happen in that. And it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't, right? There are some things that I know that you're actively doing that block you from having what you want. I always correct the people that are in my class because they say, I want love, and then they add a but. And after the but is foolishness. So people say stuff like, I want love, but I'm not tolerating any foolishness from blah, blah, blah. When you say something, you have to align with it. You just got to say what it is. When you add something negative to the end of it, you literally cancel out what you said before. So we have to be in alignment even with ourselves and speak life over our situation. We cannot expect to have, and I'm saying this for the fourth time, a great relationship without changing who we are. Because I know everybody wants it. So letting fear of being alone keep you tied to what doesn't nourish you is not good for you. I just went live yesterday talking about letting things go, because I'm no longer doing relationships that are not in alignment with me. I am letting people go and do whatever it is they want and need to do for them, because trust me when I tell you, I am going to honor who I am, what I want, and what I need for my life. And I'm so solid in that. I'm not moving because I finally got it. And while it can be painful because I'm leaving a lot of people behind, I also recognize and realize that the only way I'm going to get to what I want is for me to honor how I feel and what I need. And I'm not saying this from the perspective of being selfish. I am saying this from the perspective of being self-full. Can you imagine? I just want y'all to check this out. Can you imagine getting betrothed? I'll use that word for lack of a better one. Getting betrothed to someone, that person doesn't really know who you are, right? Not in the fullness of who you are. So they think that's just your representative, right? Because you're not saying anything, you're not doing anything. And you go ahead and you get married. I just want you to think about this. You go ahead and you get married, right? And you marry the person, and then all of a sudden you act like now you're acting different. You didn't show them who you were. Can you imagine somebody doing that to you because you were afraid to show who you were, or they were afraid to show who you were? I promise you, I'm gonna tell y'all this quick little story, and then I'm about to get out of here because I gotta go. I was dating this guy, oh God, I don't even know how many years ago. Let's say about 18 years ago, to be on the safe side. I really don't know how long ago it was, but I was dating him, right? When I first met him, I think I met him on Black Planet, so that was 20 years ago, right? I don't know. Anywho, I think I met in the inbox, and then we took it off and what you call him. So then me and him met up. He lived in Brooklyn. I'm in LI, and we were, kicking it. Nice guy. Went out to lunch, just having a good time. I thought he was absolutely amazing. He told me when me and him first met that his car was in an accident, right? And his brother wrecked his car and it was in the shop. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I drove to where we was going to meet up for lunch and all this other stuff. We went and we met up and whatever. We became friends in those chat rooms on Black Planet. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember that, but I love Black Planet. I really, really did. So anyway, so we met on the chat room. We started talking outside the chat room. We took it to the cell phones. We was just hanging out, talking on the phone. He's a really nice guy. I thought he was dope. And when he told me that his brother had wrecked his car and his car was in the shop, I was like, oh, okay, right? No problem. So the second, third date, we were hanging out, and he still didn't have his car. I never asked him about the car again because sometimes it takes a long time to get your car repaired after an accident. I know that, right? So I never asked him about the car again. But about a month and a half into us kind of talking on the phone, seeing each other, going out on dates or whatever, we went to one of his family functions, and I said, "Oh, I drove because he didn't have a car. He didn't have the car." And when I asked him, I said, "Can you go get the car?" Because it was kind of up the street. And his mother looked at me crazy because it was a family gathering. His mother looked at me crazy and she was like, "Don't let him drive your car. He don't even have a license." And I was like, huh? I was kind of flabbergasted, mouth hanging open, right? Okay, there's two sides to this. I never spoke about it all the way back to, because where we were, I think, was Jersey. I never spoke about it all the way back home, right? I didn't say a word about it. I drove my car, and we never spoke again of the fact that he didn't have a car, nor did he even have license. You can get yourself emotionally caught up with somebody, and that person is not who they say that they were. And here's the truth. He lived in Brooklyn. And I know Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, most people don't have cars. They commute. So he didn't even have to lie to me. But once he lied to me, it was over. It was a wrap. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not doing it. Now, I never told him that, but my behavior began to shift. He didn't even realize, I'm certain, that was the thing that took me over the edge. And it was because of things that I had dealt with previously that I was like determined not to deal with again. There was no reason to lie to me at all, and everything would have been fine. But once I found out that he was lying, it made me think everything else that he said was a lie too. What can I really truly believe? And if it had not been for his mom, I would have believed what was going on, right? So the reason why this is important, and I'm sharing with you this, is because can you imagine walking down the aisle, getting married to someone and not really knowing who they are? Can you imagine living your life in such a way that you know that you're hiding parts of yourself? That does not produce the fruit that you need to be in a healthy, happy relationship. What produces good fruit is being intentional, being consistent, speaking life over your life, um, 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 telling people your truth, honoring yourself, showing up authentically, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. This is what makes healthy relationships. But it's difficult to get there sometimes because we struggle. We struggle with showing up authentically, thinking people won't like us if we show our authentic selves. And the truth is, you go through less drama when you're authentic from the gate. When you honor who you are, when you are trustworthy and you show others that you are trustworthy and you are showing up consistent and you're doing the things that it takes to be in a healthy, happy relationship. Now, with all of that being said, this is probably like 20 years ago, to be honest. And we were both young, right? So, like, it was more or less, I'm sure, a learning curve for him because he wasn't a bad guy. But that was the thing that made the relationship go flat, because something about me says, I don't want to deal with a liar or a thief. If you lie to me, you'll steal from me. That's how my mother always raised me. I don't know that that's necessarily true because there's a lot of people who will lie, but maybe they won't steal. I don't know. My point is, show up being the person that you need to be in order to manifest a new love experience, which means you got to put away all the old things, which means that you have to change the way that you've been doing business. You have to stop blocking your own blessing. You have to clear away the clutter in your own mind. You have to shift your mindset. You have to become what it is that you say that you want. So that's the reason why I want y'all to join me, right? To join me at the Unlocking Your Love experience. This is going to help you begin to do the body of work, to do the inner work, to no longer settle, but to receive by healing your own self, by becoming who God has intentionally purposed you to be. And so that's where I'm at, y'all. I'm ready. And I hope you're ready to get clear, heal fully, and attract the kind of love that meets you at your level. You know, I want you to come and be a part of this event because this is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm literally working on some of this stuff today, but I want you to be emphatically clear that you can't put new wine in old wineskins. Something has to change. Yeah, that part. Listen, I love y'all like I love cook food. I am so grateful for all of you being in my life. Y'all have a blessed day. And I love y'all like I love some cooked food. And if you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay for me. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.